Mira stood in her childhood bedroom, surrounded by the familiar sights of her youth. Posters of pop stars adorned the walls, and shelves filled with books and art supplies brought back memories of carefree days spent dreaming about the future. Today, however, those dreams felt like distant whispers, overshadowed by the reality of her situation. Her parents were downstairs, bustling about in preparation for the grand wedding that she had never desired. The bridal attire hung in the corner, its beauty lost on her. Instead of feeling excitement, Mira felt trapped. The fabric felt heavy against her skin, a constant reminder of the life she was expected to lead. As she gazed at her reflection, she barely recognized the person staring back at her. That girl had ambitions, dreams of becoming an artist, but now she faced a future chosen by others. The suffocating weight of expectations filled her with resolve. She had to escape. With a surge of defiance coursing through her veins, Mira grabbed her bag and hurried out of the house. Each step echoed her determination to break free from the life laid out for her. The street was quiet, the sun shining down as if encouraging her to take that leap into the unknown. She felt a mix of fear and exhilaration as she navigated her familiar neighborhood. Memories of happy times spent with friends flashed through her mind, but they quickly faded into the background. She thought of the life waiting for her, a husband she had never met, a future she did not want. It felt suffocating. As she approached the local police station, a place she had often seen but never thought she would enter in such a state, hope flickered within her. She needed an ally, someone who could help her break the chains of expectation that bound her. Inside the police station, Officer Pascal sat at his desk, surrounded by paperwork and the hum of daily duties. He was a familiar figure, someone who had always greeted her with a kind smile during his patrols in her neighborhood. But today, his expression changed as he recognized her distressed face. "Mira, what are you doing here?" he asked, genuine concern etched across his features. Her heart raced as she stepped closer, seeking the safety of his presence. She had always admired him for his dedication and kindness, but now he was her only hope. With a quivering voice, she confessed her fears about the arranged marriage. It felt surreal to share such personal turmoil, but there was something in Pascal's eyes that reassured her. She needed him to understand the gravity of her situation, to know that she could not go back. With every word, she felt lighter, as if unburdening herself of a weight she had carried for far too long. Pascal listened intently, his expression shifting from concern to determination. After Mira shared her story, he took a moment to collect his thoughts. "Okay, I can help you," he said firmly. "But it won't be easy. We'll need to figure out a way to keep you safe." His commitment gave Mira a sense of hope she had not felt in days. They began discussing her options, weighing the risks and planning the next steps carefully. Pascal suggested she stay with a family friend who lived in a different town, far from her parents' reach. The thought of leaving everything behind was daunting, but Mira knew she had no other choice. Each plan they made brought her closer to freedom, but it also deepened the bond between them. She felt grateful for Pascal's support, a warmth spreading through her chest as they began to trust one another with their secrets. As the days passed, their meetings became a refuge for Mira. They spent hours together, laughing and sharing stories that revealed the depths of their personalities. Mira discovered Pascal's childhood dreams of making a difference in his community, of becoming a respected officer who stood up for those in need. He admired her passion for art and her dream to paint, a dream she had buried beneath a weight of expectations. These conversations created a connection between them that was more than just friendship, it was a partnership built on understanding and shared struggles. They both felt like outsiders in their own lives, trapped by circumstances beyond their control. Mira found solace in Pascal's presence, and he, in turn, found inspiration in her courage. Each moment spent together made her more determined to reclaim her life, and she knew she had to take the leap, despite the risks that lay ahead. One evening, as they sat on the steps of the station, the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the city. The sky transformed into a canvas of oranges and pinks, reflecting the emotions swirling inside her. Mira turned to Pascal, her heart racing. "I never imagined I would find someone who understands me like you do," she admitted, vulnerability creeping into her voice. Pascal's gaze softened, his own feelings mirrored in the intensity of the moment. "You deserve to be happy, Mira. More than anyone," he replied, his words resonating with sincerity. It was in that moment of honesty that they both realized the depth of their connection. The air crackled with unspoken emotions, a growing tension that both excited and terrified them. They stood on the edge of something profound, yet the weight of their circumstances loomed heavily above them, threatening to pull them back into the lives they were trying to escape. As the day of her escape drew closer, anxiety began to fill Mira's thoughts. She had grown dependent on Pascal's presence, and the idea of leaving him behind felt like losing a part of herself. "What if they find me?" she whispered, fear gripping her tightly. Pascal's expression hardened with resolve as he stepped closer to her. "We'll make sure you're safe. I'll be there every step of the way," he assured her, his voice steady. His commitment gave her the strength to move forward. Together, they meticulously planned her escape, taking care to anticipate every possible obstacle. Mira felt a surge of hope. Maybe, just maybe, she could break free from her parents' control and live life on her own terms. As they prepared for the next phase of her journey, she felt a sense of empowerment growing within her, igniting a fire she had thought long extinguished. On the morning of her departure, the tension was palpable. Mira packed her things with a mixture of excitement and dread. With one last look at her childhood home, she felt a mix of sadness and relief. The thought of a future without her family's control was exhilarating, but leaving behind everything she had known was terrifying. Pascal drove her to the outskirts of town, his steady presence beside her. "Stay strong," he encouraged, his eyes meeting hers with a fierce determination. "You're doing the right thing." As the familiar streets faded away, Mira took a deep breath, feeling the weight of her decision settle in her chest. She was stepping into the unknown, but she had someone by her side, someone who believed in her. The journey ahead was uncertain, but the promise of freedom fueled her spirit, urging her to take that leap of faith into her new life. Days turned into weeks as Mira settled into her temporary home, embracing her newfound freedom while grappling with the challenges that came with it. She poured her heart into her painting, using colors and brush strokes to express the whirlwind of emotions swirling within her. Each canvas became a testament to her journey, a reflection of her fears, hopes, and dreams. Yet, in the quiet moments when the world slowed down, she found herself longing for Pascal. His unwavering support had been her anchor, and the thought of facing this new life without him felt incomplete. She missed their late-night talks and the comfort of his presence. As she painted, her thoughts drifted back to him, envisioning the connection they had forged. She realized that her feelings for him had grown deeper than friendship. They were intertwined with her desire for a life filled with passion and authenticity. One evening, as Mira lost herself in a particularly vibrant painting, a soft knock echoed through the house. Her heart raced as she opened the door to find Pascal standing there, his expression a mix of relief and joy. "I had to see you," he said, stepping inside, his presence instantly calming her racing heart. "How are you holding up?" Mira could hardly contain her excitement, her heart swelling at the sight of him. "I'm okay, but it's hard without you." They spent hours together, talking about everything and nothing, their laughter filling the room. In Pascal's presence, Mira felt alive, as if the weight of her past was lifting, replaced by the promise of a brighter future. As they shared their thoughts and dreams, the bond between them deepened, evolving into something more profound. Each moment spent together felt electric, charged with a mixture of friendship and burgeoning love that neither of them dared to name yet. As they grew closer, the reality of Mira's situation loomed over them like a shadow. Her family's search for her intensified, and whispers began circulating through the precinct about a runaway bride. Pascal found himself torn between his duty as an officer and his feelings for Mira. "We need to be careful," he warned one evening, the seriousness of his tone piercing the warmth of their previous conversations. "Your family won't stop until they find you." Mira felt a chill at his words, the reality of her situation crashing down on her. "What if they come for you?" she asked, fear flooding her voice. Pascal's resolve strengthened, and he took her hands in his. "I can protect you," he said, determination radiating from him. "We'll face this together." It was a promise that gave her strength, a commitment that made her believe that love could triumph over adversity. They would navigate this storm side by side, and together, they would find a way through. As tensions rose, they meticulously crafted a plan to outsmart her family's search. Mira would stay with different friends, each location carefully chosen to keep her hidden. Pascal promised to monitor the situation closely, his police instincts kicking into high gear as he worked to ensure her safety. Their evenings together became a sanctuary, a time for them to regroup and reinforce their bond. With each passing day, their connection deepened, intertwining their lives in ways they had never expected. Late-night conversations morphed into moments filled with longing, each glance exchanged heavy with unspoken feelings. One night, beneath a sky full of stars, the weight of their emotions reached a breaking point. "I can't keep pretending," Mira confessed, her heart pounding as she spoke. "I have feelings for you, Pascal." His eyes widened, surprise giving way to a smile that melted her worries. "I feel the same," he admitted, vulnerability shining in his gaze. In that moment, the walls they had built around their hearts began to crumble, opening the door to something beautiful and terrifying. With newfound courage, Mira embraced her freedom, allowing her artistic spirit to flourish. She poured her heart into her paintings, each brushstroke a celebration of her journey toward self-discovery. Pascal remained her steadfast ally, navigating the complexities of his job while ensuring her safety. Their love blossomed amidst the chaos, a refuge from the world's challenges. Late-night conversations transformed into shared dreams of the future, as they began to envision a life built on love and mutual respect. Mira's art became a powerful voice, reflecting her inner battles and triumphs. She no longer felt like a runaway bride, she was a woman reclaiming her life. As they faced the uncertainties together, they discovered the strength of their bond. Each day was a new adventure, filled with the promise of love, hope, and the unwavering belief that they could build a life together, one that was rich with passion, creativity, and the freedom to choose their own path.